This is the Soul of Chogokin Full Action GX79 Voltes 5, or Voltes V for some people. It is the latest incarnation of Voltes 5 from Soul of Chogokin, and it is their first figure for the full action line that they now have for Soul of Chogokin. And if you're wondering what this line is all about, it is a non-combining, non-transforming line of their robots, their robot mechs that they've been releasing in these past few years for the Soul of Chogokin line. And this is sort of the fully articulated version of those mechs and robots, sort of like Action Masters for Transformers, non-transforming, non-combining robots, but equally as brilliant, amazing, and fantastic. I'd like to give a big shout out and big thanks to Our Toys for hooking me up with this figure. And it's a very thin box, as you can see there. Okay, that's the front part of the box, and the back part of the box will show you all the features of this particular figure. I'm seeing everything, like the ultramagnetic whips, ultramagnetic top, the Sword of Heaven or laser sword. You got the bazooka, the missiles, even the flamethrower. I'm not seeing the chain knuckle. It's like a mace on a chain. First thing we have is a tray. And then, of course, we have the actual figure itself. Okay. So here he is. You've got a small pamphlet. All right. So let's crack this one open. Okay. Wow. When I get into the review station, I just wanted to show you guys what we were dealing with. And here is the robot. It's pretty heavy. We got the whips. You have the sword. Got the base, and I just wanted to know what was inside. I'm pretty sure this is a compartment. Yep, it is. It says Voltes 5 Full Action. There's a little bit of a plastic covering so you don't scratch it. It's chrome, gold chrome. And there you go. Wow. Okay. And it looks like we have the hand. And here is the FA Voltes 5 out of packaging. And boy, the figure looks absolutely gorgeous. And here are the accessories he comes with. We'll talk about the accessories later. Let me just quickly talk about the figure. He's so much fun to pose, and as you can see, you can get him in all sorts of poses because of the fantastic articulation Bandai has given this figure. Now, he's a little bit heavy, despite being made mostly of plastic. The parts, the legs, the arms, the torso, and most of it is done in plastic, very sturdy type of plastic. What makes him heavy is that he's got a ton of die-cast joints, and as you can see here, the waist piece or the crotch area is made of die-cast, and I'm going to show you very quickly. The joints are made of die-casts, like that hip joint that does all the swivel and the hinge in and out motion. We'll talk about articulation later, but just to give you an idea, that entire assembly is die-cast. The knee joints are die-cast. The ankle joints are die-cast, as you can see. Also, if you look closely here, once you open up the articulation, that joint is plastic, but that midsection right there, that ball joint is made of die-cast. Underneath that whole black plastic, there is a die-cast area just within that midsection. So that, oh wait, one last thing. The shoulder joints are also made of die-cast. These are plastic, the hinge joints, but the ball joint and that upper hinge is made of die-cast. Elbow joints are die-cast. So you get a ton of die-cast parts. That's why he's pretty heavy, but most of it is done in plastic. And it's done nicely so that the figure is well balanced, and you can get him in all sorts of action poses, dramatic poses, if you wish. Here he is about to slice off a Bosanian fighter or beast or whatever. Okay, so let's talk about the accessories. Let's talk about the base first. As I showed you earlier, the base actually opens up as a compartment, and there's a plastic tray where you can put all the fists and the small pieces, and you can put them all there. So that's great. It comes with the stand, and the stand has a locking mechanism that'll allow you to lock it in any particular position. Same with this one. So that's great. I am not sure if that's a staple for Bandai's Soul of Chogokin line, because I never opened my 40th anniversary Voltus 5 before I sold it, which sucks, right? I'm doing this one without the 40th anniversary. It comes with an adapter, sort of like if you want a smaller peg or a smaller width of the peg, you can put this. And then it comes with a smaller adapter right here. And this is the one where you attach to his crotch piece, right underneath there, right under his hip assembly right there. And you should be able to get him in dynamic poses, although it's a little bit scary or tricky how you're going to do this without breaking the plastic. It feels like the plastic is going to break anytime soon because of the weight of the figure, but I'm not about to find out. So just to show you, that is how you do it. Earlier I had mentioned that I was missing the chain knuckle, and I thought they gave him batons but no chain knuckle. And my mistake, the batons actually form the chain knuckle. And the way you do this is you remove the tip right there, and you remove the extender or the extension piece, and you put that spike back here, and that essentially is the chain knuckle. Chain knuckle! If you lived in the Philippines, that Voltus 5 was like the favorite anime cartoon show growing up in the early 80s and the late 70s. And he would throw this and launch it like that. So that's how you form the chain knuckle. Okay? So you get two of those, and yeah, they're all made of plastic. The chain is made of stainless steel metal. It looks like it's coated, so it's probably not going to rust after a while. He comes with 4 different pairs of hands and fists. The one he has is like the bigger, it's like a big fist. Gripping fists are much bigger, a little bit bigger, not much bigger, than the regular gripping fists. Now these gripping fists, the smaller ones, I think are for tighter, you're gripping you want a tighter grip on the accessories, particularly the ultramagnetic whips, and that's fine, totally dig that. And then he has the what are these? These are the default hands, which are the clenched fist ones. That's pretty cool. He's got the salute hands or the karate chop hands, and then he's got the open hands, splayed out fingers hands. So that's nice. Okay. Comes with a Voltus bazooka, which I'll show you later how, well, you can easily attach it like any of the fists, but there are 2 ports because his hand, typically he folds his hand like that, and then the bazooka comes out. So that's the reason for those 2 ball joints. He's got the Voltus rockets, or the missiles, right there. He's got the flamethrower, or the flame, Voltus flame, ultramagnetic flame, whatever he calls it. You attach it to the belt buckle right there. The ultramagnetic tops, which are very sharp and pointy. They look pretty. They really look nice. Nice bright red paint, silver tip, and chrome finish on the blades. And then he has the ultramagnetic whip. I forgot the Japanese name. It says in the brochure what it is, but to me they're known as the ultramagnetic whip and ultramagnetic tops. If you're not familiar with Voltus 5, not seen all the episodes, which I doubt. If you're watching this video, you're a big fan of Voltus 5. The whips are here. They come out from the belt. He like unstraps his, it's like a belt that just magically comes out of his waist, like very long belts. And then he takes it, okay, and then he uses it, well, to lash at the enemy, but more importantly, here, right here in this section, it opens up, and that one is supposed to be a cannon as well, but other than the cannon, once you open up that midsection, the top comes out, and it's sort of something flings it out like that. So the top looks very big. I mean, it's not going to fit right there. It should be a little bit smaller, but for dramatic purposes, they made it much bigger, and it launches. He launches two tops, and he uses the whips to like grab onto those tops, and then he uses this as like a barbed whip to attack, to defend himself and defeat the enemies. So the way to do that is you get one of the whips, and you can remove that base part of the top, the ultramagnetic top, stick it right there, and then connect it right here, right back here. And be careful, it's a little pointy, so you'll be very careful with the spikes. And that's how you do that ultramagnetic top. All right, so I think we've covered all the accessories. Okay, so one very important accessory or piece he comes with is this piece. It comes with all that tray of small accessories, and this is the tool you use to remove the fists. It's very important because I don't see how you could remove the fist, replace the fists or in the weapons without this. And the way it works is you get the fist, obviously, and you pop off the fist there. You can replace the fist anyway just by popping off the fist here and there, but to replace this piece and add the chain knuckle or the rockets or whatever, or the bazooka, you'll need this. And what you do is sort of stick this in right there, or the other way around, right there, and then that's what you use to pry off that ball joint. And without this tool, I reckon it'd be very impossible to do it unless you have really strong hands. You could just fingers that you just pull it, and I reckon that's going to be very painful. Okay, the neck joint is the one that is the least articulated. It's still very articulated, but I was expecting a lot more from it, given the fact that a lot of his joints are super articulated. So the neck joint is your basic double neck joint. There's a ball joint on the bottom and there's a ball joint on top, and that's it. That's all it does. It's a little bit restricted, a little bit hindered. I was kind of hoping he'd be able to move up all the way so you could do the flying position, but he can't. He just goes this way, and that way. Okay, on the back part, the bomber's landing gear, you can move it up and down like that on double hinge joints, so it's unhindered. The torso pieces are unhindered when you're trying to pose him. Now I've taken the liberty of moving these panels out so you can see the joints on the hips. Before we do that, let's talk about the upper torso, which I've already shown you earlier. You got double hinge joints and a ball joint. You get another ball joint right here. Okay, just be careful. And then just to show you the articulation of the hips, and move those pieces out, and you can see there is a hinge joint right here and another hinge joint right here to move the feet all the way up there. I think you can do up to close to a split, so without really ruining the figure, let's not do that. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, that's almost 180-degree bend. It's probably a 150-degree bend, something like that. It's pretty cool. This particular piece is on a ball joint, so you can move it this way, that way. You get a hinge joint right there. You get a ball joint here, plus an additional hinge joint right there, so you can really articulate that ankle. Give it some wide stances, wide poses. Okay, very nice. Finally, the arms. The arms are on a swivel right here. They go in and out. There's a ball joint right there. And this piece moves out of the way, so you can move the arms all the way like that, up and down. There's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that can go almost, again, like 180-degree bend, maybe 150, 160 degrees. Very cool. And as I've shown you earlier, there's a double ball joint for the wrist. So all in all, fantastic articulation. These panels, by the way, are on ball joints. These are on swivels. All right, let's talk about size comparisons. I can guarantee you right now that I am probably the only reviewer for this particular figure who will do this kind of size comparisons with Hasbro products. Everyone's going to compare him with the Soul of Chogokin, the GX31 and all that, and other mechs, but I guarantee I am the only one who's going to do this kind of comparison. Here he is with a Marvel Legends figure. This is the Build-A-Figure Marvel Legends Age of Ultron figure. And here he is with the Power of the Primes Leader Class Optimus Prime. So he kind of looks small, but if you measure him head to toe, he is about 7 1/4 inches tall, 7 1/4 inches tall with the horns and all that. So, final thoughts. Should you buy this figure if you are a big Voltus 5 fan? Even if you already have all the incarnations of the GX31, this figure is an absolute must-have. All Voltus 5 fans should have this. I mean, nothing beats the posability of this figure. I mean, if you just want a Voltus 5 posed and displayed on your shelf, this is your go-to figure. I absolutely love it. I did not expect to actually like a non-transforming Voltus 5 figure, and I am smitten by this one. I absolutely love it. Now, if you live in the Philippines and you're trying to get a hold of this figure, as of this filming, the figure is available at our toys in Green Hills. It'll set you back around 8,800 pesos. Which is roughly $175, $180 US dollars. It's not a bad price, I mean, for a figure that is just absolutely amazing. It's gonna get a 10 out of 10 for me. I really hope you guys have enjoyed my video review of the Voltus 5 full action version from the Soul of Chogokin line by Bandai. Thanks for watching.